What's happening, guys? Today I'm going to take you in and show you guys one of my personal favorite aquariums that actually came out this year. The Planet Aquariums Tideline series, the Crystal Reef. In the new world, you have many options on rimless aquariums. So many companies make rimless aquariums. So which one's making this my favorite? The overall look. Now, actually, Planet went back and they actually had this series years ago. But one of my biggest problems with that original series, anyone that had it, that I personally like internal overflows versus externals. The internal overflows, the overflow box was honestly just too big for me. It took up too much space and it just wasn't what I was looking for. Also, it was trimless, not rimless, as in the bottom had a trim, but the top was rimless, where they actually redid this, and now we got a fantastic rimless aquarium with a much smaller overflow box. So the one you're looking at right here is the 3620. That's how they're actually labeling all the tanks. It's like a 3620, a 4820, or a 36 by 24, instead of actually giving it gallons. Average, what you're looking at is around 90 gallons for this size of aquarium. Now, I love the overflow box because they made it smaller. The only thing is difference where you actually have to do the plumbing, but they do give you a plumbing kit to get the overflow inside. And I'm gonna show you that in a couple of minutes. I like the overall height, I like the length. My other top favorite thing is I love how cut clean looking the stand looks. The stand looks fantastic, and all the different color varieties as well. And the fact it's real wood. It's thick, it looks great. All right, let's take a look at the sump. So we open this up, and one of the biggest things that I love is, see the center brace right here? Fantastic center brace. This is actually a removable center brace. So if you wanna put it in the sump, you can put it also from behind, but most of the time you're gonna put it in place and you don't have that time for that. This can be moved out and then you can put it right back in place. Now the sump on this is pretty cool, as in you can see right here is where the overflows come down. Go to your micron socks. This has a mesh, but if I wanted to actually remove that, I have the entire ability to remove the entire micron socks, depending on how my personality with how I like micron socks, or if I want to use polishing pads, whatever works for you. Comes down to a biomediated chamber, or you can make this a reactor, one for yours. I personally would like to run scavenger resins or any sort of product like that to take impurities out of the water. Then we come down and go through a chamber with the baffles. But this is great for if anyone's doing salt water, you can run all your skimmers here. You can also run any sort of, if you want to do a refuge or anything like that, you have that access here as well. For anyone doing fresh water, it's a great place for media. And then from the last chamber, this is where we go down to the return to bring it back up to the aquarium. So when your water comes down, they actually came out with these cover systems where if you want to plumb this in. Now, I personally like hard plumbing because it makes my life so much easier. So you could hard plumb 2 bulkheads, come right down right here, so you don't have to take this out. So you can remove your micron sock chamber, and then you have this so you're not getting backsplashing. This way here, you can run it the way you want with a close without having to worry about backsplashing coming off the back of the wall. Now I'm gonna show you some of the plumbing that's on this. First thing you notice is bulkheads, right? So it comes with a bulkhead kit in the bottom. Reason being is underneath here for what you're gonna use for your returns and for your overflow is you have a 1 1/4 and you got a 3/4 of an inch. Now we would actually switch these out personally. I would do these a little bit different. Reason being is this one's great, right? I like to do slip to slip. I like to do hard plumbing. This is designed for soft tubing. They kind of make it, and so they're trying to make it a lot easier for everyone. But honestly, for the amount of parts that you just need to do the hard tubing, you're only talking about a few 90s and some 1-inch PVC. It's not a big deal. You can just do a conversion. So bulkheads just come off, take them, put them on the bottom, put your bulkheads on, boom, 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 and then you top. So this is your overflow kit. What I really like is the silencer. This is one of my favorite overflow kits. This is available from DFW Aquariums for retailers. And you can get it at your local retail store, you can get it online. And I love these. The fact that they're quiet overflows. They keep the overflow systems quiet. And I wish actually we saw more of these available. So very simple, boom, clip on, boom, that's it. And then from there, I'm gonna have my return. Now, when I do the return, I always glue the PVC on the return. Reason being is you don't want this blowing off from the power of the pressure you put inside there. Clip. Now you will have to measure this to make sure it fits. You're gonna see right where it comes out, right here on the side right here. Just to make sure it goes in there. If you gotta cut it, you might have to cut it a little bit, but that's no big deal. So this is the return after you measure and cut it. You just gotta make sure it's gonna fit to where you want it. Now, and then you're gonna take this, you can Teflon tape this, bring it into here. One of the things I like to change for me personally is I always worry about back pressure, backflow. This is elongated. I don't like when they're this long. I'll actually try to make this as short as I can. So I'd only probably make this 3 links with the return spout to it. That's it. Reason being is I always want to make sure nothing come back. Now you should use, when you're hard plumbing especially, you want to use a check valve, but you got to chances knowing that a check valve could fail, so you should make it so you don't need a check valve. Boom, boom, very simple. And then you just plumb right from the bottom all the way up. When it comes to the OSA, one of the biggest things we want to do is give you the best bang for your buck. And I'm telling you right now, this is the reason why I love this aquarium so much is I feel like it is. I love the overall look, I love the overflow box, and the stand is fantastic. And this sump is just great. I love the fact that it looks super sleek and clean, and it's very modern. And for the price point that it's going for, you can't go wrong. This is one of my top favorite aquariums out there. If you guys got any questions, make sure you check us out on osachoice.com. And as always, guys, keep that aquarium awesome.